Hello, 7-8 Science. Today we are going to be working on our new project of buoyancy. Your project is going to be taking a piece of aluminum foil and making a boat out of it to hold the most weight while being able to remain floating. Now I want to start this project off by a couple of questions that will get you in the mindset of buoyancy. Now I know some of you may have already prior knowledge of buoyancy. So for the first question, I want to know what buoyancy is in your own words. You can give me examples of buoyancy, you can give me a definition of buoyancy, you can explain buoyancy to me in your own words. For the second and third question, if you can go around your house and find objects and seeing if they can float or sink, awesome. If you don't want to do that and you want to use your memory of what you remember of things floating or things sinking, please feel free to do that as well. But please list them under here, under questions 2 and 3. Number 4 is, why do you think each object either floated or sunk? What properties do they share, or how do their properties differ? And by properties, I mean the physical properties of how big they are, how heavy they are, what color they are, what size they are, any physical property that we talked about that you can see in these objects to really compare them to one another. And number 5, using the information gathered, explain why different objects would float while others would sink. And how can we make objects float when they seem like they're not supposed to? Such as, if I were to have a feather, would a feather float? Why does it float? And if I have a 10 billion pound piece of metal, how can we make that float? Or how can we make the feather sink? Stuff like that. I want you guys to kind of take a guess at how you would go about solving this problem. This, I'm not expecting to be a correct answer. I just want you to make a guess using your own information that you gathered and kind of just taking a guess of how you would go about solving that problem. Now, this last one is only if you have this available to you. Now, if available, take a can of diet soda and a can of regular soda and place them both in water. Make sure there's enough water that they would both be completely submerged in the water. When you do so, did any of them either float? Did both of them sink? Did one float and one sink? Please list that below here and kind of explain why you think that occurred below. So that's all you have to do for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me through email and I will answer any questions you have on this topic. This is what you're doing for science today. So have a great day and hope to hear from you soon.